Hey everyone, this is a video short. This is part 2, showing you how to place wires and tick marks in a multi-circuit run on a lighting plan, or it would be applicable to a power plan or any other plan as far as that goes. You see we currently have 4 rows of lights, one on circuit 1, circuit 3, circuit 5, and circuit 2. I have the wiring in place, and the tick marks that are currently shown are families, or rather tags that are applied to the wires rather than the auto generated tick marks from Revit. I want to show you a couple of additional features and things to consider when you wire these multi-circuit runs. Let's do this. Let's go into the panel once again, and let's move circuit 5 over to circuit 4. So now we have circuits 1 and 3 will share a neutral, and we have circuits 2 and 4 which can share a neutral as well. So if we jump back over to our plan, circuit 2 we have a hot and a neutral, and that's fine. We come across to circuit 4, and moving up, circuit 4 has a hot and a neutral. That's fine. And then we come to this next piece of wire, and as you can see, circuit 2 and 4 are in the same phase group, so they should be sharing a neutral, but our wire is set up to have 2 neutrals, so it needs to be modified. Now, I indicated before you could delete this wire and you could grab something from the family. We could grab the long, short, and we could drag it across and attach it, or connect it with the wire. But another way to do it, because this is a family, would be just to click the wire and come over here to the properties, and you have all the options. So we can just go ahead and select long, short, and it will change it for us. And then we're on to circuit P1, 3. So now we've got 3, 4, and 2 in this piece of wire conduit. So we would be looking at 2 shorts, 2 and 4, and then another short on a separate phase group with circuit 3. So this is actually still correct. And then we come to this final group, and now we will have circuits 1 and 3 sharing a neutral, and that means this is incorrect, and circuits 2 and 4 will share a neutral. So if we click on this, we now need to go to a long, short, long, short, and we can come down here, and we have a long, short, and here is the long, short, long, short. So we can just simply change it, and we are good to go. So that's another alternative for changing out manually inserted tags for our various wires. Now, I want to show you one more thing with regard to Revit and how it handles wiring things. But let's get rid of all of these manual tags at this point. And we'll go back to letting Revit automatically set our wire ticks for us. So get rid of these. So let's come back over here to manage MEP settings, electrical settings. Let's go to wiring and come across and show tick marks. And now let's go from never, let's turn them back on and say always, and say okay. And you can see that we have the same problem we had before. This wire is fine. Circuit 2 is shown as it should be, a long and a short. This one is actually still shown correctly because these two share a phase, so we've got a long, short. But when we get to this one, we're back to the same problem. So we should have a long, short, long, short, because 2 and 4 will share a neutral, and 3 will have its own neutral, and then this one is wrong as well for the same reason. So what I wanted to show you is, if you plan out your circuits and you keep this in mind, and you want to go ahead and have things automatically, the wire tick marks automatically put in, you can do that as long as you're only wiring within a single phase group. So let's do this. Let's delete this wire, and that then is still incorrect because we should have 1 and 3 sharing a neutral and 4 on its own. However, if I planned this correctly, I could come back here to the panel, and I could move my circuit 4 to circuit 5. And now, if I go back, I will have circuits 1, 3, and 5 all sharing a neutral, and because Revit can handle circuits in a common phase group adequately, we would be okay. Now, if I go and add circuit 2 back in, that's a problem. So I've got a couple of choices. One is go ahead and manually put in the wires, like wire tick marks like we did previously. The other would be to go ahead and go to systems and just put in another home run. Sometimes that makes sense. Sometimes it may not, just depending on the length of that home run and what's going to use the most material. But that is another viable option for us. Now I want to show you one last piece here. If I grab this home run and I come over here, you can see I have the option to manually adjust the number of hots on that run. So that's great. That seems like that would be very convenient and helpful. Neutrals can be adjusted as well. But what I want you to see is when I grab this multi-circuit run, all of a sudden Revit doesn't let me change my number of conductors. So unfortunately, Revit will allow you to change the number of conductors on a single circuit run, where it's showing stuff accurately anyway, but it will not allow us to change the number of conductors in a multi-circuit run. So while it would be nice if we could do that, and maybe that would allow us to get around a few of the logic issues, that's just not a viable option either.